Hello. Happy New Year. Happy Monday. This is Leela. Anybody out there? I still feel like crap. Can you hear me? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Because I sure as hell can't hear my iPad. So that's... Yay! Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo! All right. Did you hear music when I came in? Or not? Because I can't hear it. And that is not cool. Because this is called Me and My iPad. I know you can hear me. I need to know if you could hear my iPad. I played, I thought so. So that's interesting. Well, let's do some troubleshooting then, while you guys tell me about your Christmas and New Year's week. No, I just did that. Duh. Yes, I am. I think I'll tell you something that I was discussing with our community doctor last night. That when you have a virus, you have it for 10 to 14 days or more. It may not be contagious, you may be back at work, but you still have a virus. You're actually still sick. Yes, this has been the most vile morning ever. You can just imagine. I woke up, I felt dizzy. I told my roommate to have the bathroom clean so that I could take a shower, and I had to yell, and that when my yelling made the cats go, and then the dog started barking, and I started crying. I've only cried twice or 3 times this morning. No big deal. Yeah, because I haven't had a shower because my legs feel like wet noodles. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sick, right? Like, most Americans would go to work just like this. Most Americans would go to work like this. And but I don't do that bullshit. I've been kind of poor in my life before because I don't do that. But I was a crybaby when I was a kid. I got beaten up for being a crybaby. Yeah, you got to bring something else. All right, let me say hi to who's here before we work on these sound issues. I got Jimmy Jazz signing in first. Happy New Year to you. Chad Freeman giggles. Hello, Happy New Year. Pookie Ann, the legend. Happiest New Year to you. The Semtex cow. Exploding kitten boom. Thomas Christ. The awesome guy. Best mod. Person who's about to drop a new album soon. Yeah. Oh, Happy Moo Year. I got it. Right, Ed B. Metal's here. So if I had a resolution to not be mental in 2024 that I've already broken it. Let's see, 5 Flames. Nice to see you here. Everybody be nice to 5 Flames. They're pretty new. Hugh Caldwell. Happy Meow Year. Robbie Stingle. Rubes, the Gong Father. Right on. Yeah, I got it. No music at the beginning. Jenny Deleveille. The community doctor. Zed and Zelinsky's here. Nice to see you. Right on. Yeah, there was no music at the... I'm messick. Yeah. Oh, see? Don't fall in the shower from vertigo. I've done that. Don't recommend it. Mark's JS Station. Happy New Year. I am rich and friends. St. Bradley. Good morning to you, or afternoon. You knew exactly. I don't push myself. Princess LDG Bubbles. Oh yes, Brad's doing a test stream tomorrow at 8:30. So I was being picked on for being cool and unique. Kids don't appreciate. Many adults don't either. Am I missing anyone? I don't want to be missing anyone. Wow, you guys are chit-chattering this happy day. Oh, not to become even more mental. I see. I feel, considering I couldn't get out of bed without shivering, I feel better than that. Like if I'm sick and I can't get up, like last week on a, let's see, it's not really we'll call that a 1. And 1 to 10, right? If we'll call that 1, I mean, of course, probably being on death's door or something really is more like the 1. And then 10 is back to normal, then I'm probably 6, maybe. Audible video, don't give me any shit today or I'll go down there and punch you myself. All right. Okay, well, I wasn't hearing anything, so talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I try to fix that. Let's see if we can get any sound in this little numbskull. We've got there's and the picture is in. All right, let's see what we've got. Yeah, I don't know why I hear nothing. I hear nothing. Ooh, I have an idea. I know why I don't hear anything. Hey, Jade Star. No, I'm not 83% healthy. I'm more like 65% healthy. Seagull rock squawk. But welcome. It's amazing what makeup and lighting in a shower do. All right, this is what I need to do. I need to open QuickTime Player and open a screen recording. Nope, not a screen recording. Here we go. New movie recording. It's like I've never done this before, you guys. Welcome to the first day with my new brain. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now I bet you're going to hear something now. There it is. Yay. New year, not too much unlike the old year. While I play my intro 12 minutes late, I'm going to bring in my star of my show here, Miss Isla, the iPad, presenting okay, I'm in my corner, folks. Now, let's get to work. I've got some green tea. Now let's see. Let's go to the App Store and find out some crazy stuff. Hey, Jimmy Jazz. I'm half awake too, but I'm broadcasting live. Yeehaw! Yeah, you like my Luma wipe transition there, Princess? Sweet. All right, let's see. To find out what apps you have, you say, you go into your apps, you tap your person. Hey, Russ. So you tap your person, and then you tap your account, and then you click on purchased. My purchases, and then boom, a list. So we're going to go to the beginning of 2023. Whoops, 2016. Yeah, that's a little too low. That's not bad at all. All right, let us look. Okay. 2019. Let's not go too far, woman. When did I really start getting apps? That was 2020. La 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 la. 2021, 2022. We're getting there. These are the apps that came out, and I'll make sure to let you know which apps I remember came out in 2023. You might want to be paying attention so you can play along later when Jade has her top 25 of 23 apps coming up right after me. La 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 la, la 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 la. September 28th we're at, okay. And October, November. I bought a lot of stuff November last year, so that, let's see. Here we go. We're almost there. We're almost there. Almost there, people. Have patience. Do I seem like an app addict to you? Where's my fix? I'm gonna mainline some apps. I'm gonna mainline apps. All right, here we go. The first app of 2023, and one of my favorites is TextQuencer. Tim Okay's text-based MIDI sequencer. TextQuencer is one of my main friends there. This year, you can type words, and it uses the words as an algorithm to create music for you. I'll show you a little project I did with that real quick. Let's come back into AUM over here. Go into my files, sessions. Maybe I can find it by searching. Let us see. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. So I have a friend who she had a poem that she wrote, and I put this poem in. I put the poem in to the TextQuencer, and I set it for the key I wanted and the tempo I wanted. It's like, hold on to your dreams. These are different times, different days. Marcia Moon is the poet. It is important to stay with your dreams. Be strong. Have the courage to make your dream a reality. Hold on to the beat. Hold on to your dreams. Become the beat. Become your dreams. Hold on to your dreams. There's more. Anyway, so I typed her poem in, and then I set up some instruments, and then I'm... See, that's cool, eh? So the TextQuencer just made that. I mean, that's just that's insane. right? But this isn't about TextQuencer. This is about 2023. Zach Thong, welcome. Happy New Year to you. Emo Chorus, I believe, came out in 2023. Nope, it's old. Kajita, that's not new. Stellar is Reverb, that's not new. Spatializer is not new, but this is part of Russ 8889's pre-mastering chain. An incredible app, Spatializer by Quantivox. It just it creates a stereoizing feel so that you can work on other things in your master chain. Synth Master 3. Gary Hoobs, my neighbor to the north. What, TextQuencer? Nice. All right, let's come hopping back in. Oh no, look what's happened. I've ended up back down the thing again. All right, let's soup. June. I know you come here to see my organization. If I suddenly became perfectly organized, what would be the interesting part of this show anyway? Let's come back. I mean, I bought all these apps in String came out in January. Saga Synth for chiptune, but so much more than chiptune. Saga Synth by AudioKit. It wasn't my favorite one that they did last year. It's a fantastic little app. It does some really beautiful sounds, and not just gaming sounds, but all the game sounds. Yeah. And then String. It was String Lab that came out. Never mind. Ha. That's not me. Trinity Audio Mastering came out last year. It's a different mastering. I do use it sometimes. I use it on some like weird industrial noise stuff. It seems to have a really nice kind of master feel for that. Lady Campion, welcome. Welcome. So nice to see you. Wires came out last year. Vintage Wire Echo by Audio Thing. This originally made for military and secret service use from across the Iron Curtain. In the hands of a few avant-garde musicians, the MN61 wire recorder became a magical lo-fi tool and ghostly echo machine. Now this rare and rather finicky to operate piece of hardware is available for the first time as a faithful yet modern plug-in. Holy crap, you guys. That's just cool. Here's 3 apps I bought last year. They didn't come out last year, but PlayBeat 3, Chord Jam, and Riffer. I think they're audio modern. They just they have an amazing interface. They have all the great randomization functions and infinite randomization functions. Like the reason I love PlayBeat is because a lot of times in my songs I'll do a steady beat, like I'll do beats with loops, and they'll be the same thing over and over again. But that doesn't feel, Future Phoenix, hi, welcome, Happy New Year. Many vibes. Hello, my purple one. Yes. Anyway, so in PlayBeat, you especially, so you can set up like a little drum thing to go. A lot of them, most of them are just good for iOS, but surprisingly, they do have other, some of them do port over to, Mac and even PC. Right on. Great question, Lady Campion. Anyway, so in PlayBeat 3, I set it to randomize every 4 to 8 measures. So that way, it, along with the strong, distinctive beat you have going on, you have kind of toppers and clacks and things going on that change subtly and evolve over the course of a song. And I love that kind of feel. Yes, if you have a Silicon Mac, many more. Thank you very much, Future Phoenix. Right on. Let's keep moving through January. I got these Drum Jam and Thumb Jam. Those are older apps, but they're fun to play with. I got a Nambrini tuner. Blindfold EQ, that came out last year. I have never used that. Does anyone remember Blindfold EQ? It's a freeware EQ plugin. It has 4 bands: low shelf, low mid, high shelf. But each knob is blind. There's no indicators or numbers. You just got to use your ears. There's this room reverb. It seems older. X Sequence 2. X Sequence 2 is a comprehensive, fast, and reliable MIDI sequencer, editor, arranger, and controller. I wanted this. I've used Beat Scholar. I was on that the demo for it, actually, or the what do you call it? Beta for it. Mosaic Plugin Workshop by Boss. This is a create your own MIDI plugins. Create MIDI filters, generative MIDI tools, basic sequencers, control panels. Guess that I have zero idea how to use Mosaic. Yeah, Beat Scholar's pretty darn cool. And then this Step Poly ARP, that's an older app, but it's a real-time polyphonic, polyrhythmic MIDI step arpeggiator and step sequencer. It can be used standalone or as an effect. You automatically generate melodic patterns from played notes or chords. That sounds really cool. I got to learn how to use some of these. Rhythm Bud. Rhythm Bud's a MIDI effect application that would transform incoming MIDI messages into the rhythmic pattern you will create on its editor. So it sits between your MIDI sender, the hardware, or your like a text quenser, and your MIDI receiver, your audio app, or your external hardware. As long as you connect the MIDI input and output, and then it creates rhythms for you. How cool is that? Next up, I got Bleece Slow Machine, which is pretty amazing, and then Velvet Machine, both of which slow down and smooth out signals of song or music signals in different ways. It's very, very cool. MIDI Gates, MIDI Probability. Now, this is one of my most often used apps. It did not come out last year, but I did get it last year. So basically all it is it's another in-between MIDI app. So you use the you plug, like, you have a MIDI outgoing. Hey, Zach, ooh, you're going to get the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Oh, yeah, Loop Mix. Didn't Loop Mix come out last year? No, Loop Mix came out the year before, I think. Anyway, MIDI Gates can take a MIDI stream and then like probabilityize it. So you I set it in all the time when I'm like, for example, here's a good example, and this might even be worth going over to AUM for. Let's see if we even that works. In AUM, MIDI Gates. My gosh, I'm just sorry, my brain's not as in gear as it could be today. So when I use like Riffler, and Riffler creates its own guitar riffs, and then then you can send that MIDI out to something else. So you could be having a guitar play exactly the same thing as your synthesizer, but you don't want them to be playing the exact same thing. So one of my tricks for making similar but different sounding parts is to send the exact same MIDI notes through something like MIDI Gates, so only say 31% of them get through. And then only 31% of the notes are coming out, and then I say put like a little ARP on there. So instead of like do 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 do, it'll be do do. Pendar, hello. Yeah, I randomize almost exclusively, Future Phoenix. To each their own, right? To each their own. I find I use a lot of randomity in order to. Oh, nice, Audie. Yeah, you can give these one sentence descriptions of my apps for me. Yeah, that's an interesting subject. Is the subject of using random as an adventure. And then once I've got the random, I take the parts and then I put them together, and then I'm deliberate with the random, if you know what I mean. And did you start with guitar, Phoenix? Because I never played an instrument my entire life. I was a singer, and I did not know how to write music. But I've written vocal melodies more than once in my life. I've written the vocal melody and lyrics to a couple of songs that other people have written, and what I'm not realizing. Oh, you start with samplers, cool. So I started with being a singer. I started with like needing to have something to put my voice to. So I usually I work with things that inspire me until I start to hear noises that go good together, and then I start arranging them and playing with them and collaging them, much like I do in visual art, taking elements I've made or elements I find or purchase, and I combine that with like handmade marks and paint splashes and things. And then usually I have like a pretty unified image or a photograph or a different painted thing. So all of that inspired you to take a shower. Nice. Hey, Andy Cow. Sorry I missed you coming in. Yeah, I should probably not stop in the middle of the sentence because I don't have enough brain power to I don't have any RAM left. Anyway, so now when I use when I put my final image on a collage, the main focal point, that's like adding my vocals and my lyrics to make it a piece that is cohesive, right? No, I mean, I'm not explaining myself to you, Future Phoenix. I don't explain myself to people like looking for approval ever. I I just thought it was an interesting rabbit hole to go down, to maybe see if I could, and if you guys want to talk about your music, the ways that you get your ideas, what you start with, whether you get, do you start with an instrument? Do you start with a vocal melody? Do you start with a vague idea? Do you start with, playing in apps like I do most of the time? It is a amazing thing. Anyway, we're still in January. I know. I didn't want anyone else to think that's all. I don't want anyone to think that I'm ever offering any justification for myself. Or that anyone else's way is not awesome either. So this MIDI tools, MIDI MFX convert, these are Auttony. These are all little MIDI things. Oh, that sounds really cool. Audio Evolution Mobile Studio, that's another little mini DAW. Moodscaper is a nice little music-y, jammy jam thing. No. No, I was talking to Jenny last night, and I was telling her that I do that all the time. That I'll be just explaining something to somebody, and they'll be like, "That's okay," and I'll be like, "I didn't fucking ask you if it was okay. I'm looking for your approval. I was just telling you because I thought you might be confused." Ooh, Phosphat. I forgot I bought this. This is a Clevgrand, amazing Transient Fertilizer. It adds bite and oomph to your beat. It enriches your percussive sounds by following the dynamic of the incoming sound and adding tonal and noise textures to it. This is something that I've really wanted to, right? I know, Jenny's laughing. We had a New Year's Eve confessional last night. Glitchcore, now this is a really cool app. Mcur, yeah, that's a cool app. But these didn't come out last year, and I'm getting Choric. This came out last year. This is an app that I liked last year. It's good. It's great for guitar sounds. It's a thick, rich chorus texture with up to 32 voices. Yes, we're going through the year in apps, many vibes. It's a big toy box. Yes, I use this a lot for like thin, boring guitar, or it also sounds great on a piano. Yes, if you don't use iOS apps and you're not learning anything from me, then try not to disrupt the others who are learning. This is a lot more important at Jade's show than mine. Oh, good Lord. Springs is a collection of vintage spring reverbs paired with an authentic Bax and Dahl EQ emulation. Springs features emulations from 17 types of spring reverbs, ranging from long 6-spring pipe to a tiny battery-powered single-spring unit. It's a convolution in modeling. I wonder how many reverbs. Ooh, Audie says Choric is the only chorus he'll ever need. Ah, Sam, oh, what? The Semtex cow said, this. It's when you go to buy an app and you've had it for 6 months. Yes. Keep the distractions to the minimum. This does mean you, Robbie. It's not a contest to see how many words or emojis you can put into the chat. Oh. AB4 Vortex X. Now this is a super cool weird app. It's a spatial space-time designer. What? Another delays fast reverb? What are you talking about? How many must I have? It's got this viscosity. It's got an XY pad. It's a light stereo-only version of Ab Vortex, an abstract space-time designer for creating infinite variations of reverberations using our spatial audio algorithms under the hood. And DSP Magic Blur. Okay, now this was one of my favorite. It's not a contest. I thought we were having a contest. Jade would win that contest. Thomas Christ eats the contest. Oh, good Lord. It's spreading. All right. So the GSDSP Magic Blur, it is 2 LFOs and random generators, 2D modulation, 2D macro, XY pad, Lorenz attractor, chaotic dynamic system, modulation chooser. It is, let me just show you. I'm going to grab, I'm going to put a Riffler flow in here. I like Riffler flow. Riffler flow, let's give me a ambient preset. Industrial ambiance, D minor, 40 beats per minute. And we'll change this. Let's make that a little. We'll make it 50. Now, boom. How cool does that sound? All right, now let's add some Magic Blur. See, it's being all blurry and full of 4 corners. Ooh, skull eyes. I'll leave it to Beaver. Anyway, yeah, it'll it just sort of smushes out your stuff. Now you just hop it again. Let's make another riff. Skull love. Yes, that's what me and that's what me and I know this is dangerous. Reminding you of apps you didn't win and forgot to buy. Magma, liquid hot magma. Magma is an audio processor that grabs incoming audio and twists its presence through time, blends it with its past self, unravels its most recondite shades, and controls its weight in space, creating everything in between dark drones, shimmering textures, and weird percussive timbres. I actually use this a lot more than you would imagine. Magma. Liquid hot magma. Hi. It's a very interesting sound processor. It's magic when with acoustic sounds. Well, I don't know. Let's see if we can find an acoustic sound. Jam track presets. C major jam. Let's put some magma on there. See, it's already all much floofier. Then you change. Oh, Pendar, you should not have gotten a non-Apple tablet. Look at that barrel. That's what that turned that into. Anyway, that's magma. Thought you'd like some liquid hot magma. Liquid hot magma. For your day. Yeah. Things Bubbles, that was a fun little app. It's a filter bank effect plugin. You can use up to 10 bandpass filters represented by bubbles in the UI with controllable resonance. Each band can have dedicated delay with feedback. You can spread the cutoff, resonance, delay time, delay feedback across each band to get very creative effects from odd-sounding echoes and reverbs to impossible sequences. Yeah, I actually use other things. Yeah, you're right about that low-end issue. Yeah, I agree. MIDI Morphosis 2, Tune, Tab, and Tone. I think we got Secret Bass Design. Did that come out last year? Fast and accurate pitch detection turns your guitar into a MIDI synthesizer controller. Innovative frequency display shows you why a guitar sounds the way it does. Oh, wow, that's cool. What's my most favorite app ever? This is one question that shows that Many Vibes doesn't know me all that well. Because your most favorite blank is never a question that I have an answer for. I do not have a favorite anything. I am not that kind of person. I have at least 2 favorites of everything. Ah! I've done it. I distracted myself out of the where I was here. Now let's come back. Where am I? Because we're going to get to one of my favorite apps real soon. Oh, there we are. Things Texture. That was a good one that came out last year. Texture's a granular reverb with pitch shifting in mid-side mode. Texture can transform any sound into an ambient soundscape or add that drone vibe to your tracks. So, perfect for me. Yeah, why would anyone have a favorite of anything? But that's the thing. What's interesting is how people are different. There's some people who only like who have a favorite of things, and then they barely use anything else. Like somebody's like, vanilla is my favorite ice cream, and I pretty much never drink any more vanilla. I never have anything but vanilla ice cream. And I'm like, I can't even come up with a flavor. I like kind of repeating comfort mixed with novelty. It's a difficult balance for me to make, I have to say. It's better to know nothing. Know nothing. Yes, the plugin for Texture was inspired by the techniques used in the soundtrack and sound design of the award-winning indie game The Swapper. Well, what app do I use the most to create? See, that's not even a good question because I can't use any one app to create either. Like I create stuff in AUM and I create stuff in Logic, and I use different synths. I use different MIDI generators. I use different MIDI modifiers. I use different effects generators. Probably Launchpad is one of the most frequent apps I use. Launchpad is probably my most frequent one. Launchpad DJ, you know, the one with the circles. Guitarscaper, that didn't come out last year. Cinemaker Director Studio, that's not about music. Let's ignore that. Tube Audio Unit. Now this is extremely cool because you can open Tube Audio Unit up as an AUV3 plugin. Now, and AUM. But if I just, like Logic, Launchpad, and AUM, I still wouldn't have. Yeah, I have I have several different workflows myself. Like sometimes I just sit and I do a DJ session on Launchpad. And other times I have a piece, and then I take and I run that through MIDI. I run it through Chord AI to get MIDI, to have it MIDIfy all the notes and things that it finds, and it finds a lot of random stuff in there. Or I generate some noise and I do that, and then I start building a rhythm. And then, it's just different each time the way I do it. But anyway, Tube Audio Unit is something that you load up like in AUM. And then in fact, I'm going to show you that one real quick because it's quite cool. We better get to the future here. Time's flying. I hope you're having fun. I think I'm having fun. So, Tube. All right. So, Tube Audio Unit, Tube, brings in YouTube, for example. So, say you have oh, that's cool. Yeah, Thomas prefers to plug notes into a piano roll or play stuff in from keyboard. And one thing I know is that, like Russ uses the MIDI, like the MIDI roll and creates in the MIDI roll. So there's so many cool ways to do this. So anyway, we could just, so just say like I wanted, there was, and make sure when you're doing this that you're not busting people's copyright, of course. But say if you say free drum loops, you wanted a drum loop. Free drum loops, right? And then this is Free for Profit 80 BPM Neo Soul Drums by Prod Daily. Ooh. See what Audie says? If you want to get MIDI from audio on any desktop computer, use Neural Note. It's free, and Audible has put the thing in there. Anyway, so you close this and look, it's in AUM. Anyway, that's that. That was a pretty cool darn app. Very useful. I got a thing for my GoPro, haven't used it. Tomophon is, I love this synth. It has got, it's a real audio synth. So it's a virtual instrument. It has an audio model format capable of containing thousands of waves extracted from ordinary audio files. These waves and how they're structured lays the ground for how Tomophon generates audio, resulting in a highly flexible and instantly expressive instrument. On the one hand, it can sound very organic, even lifelike, and on the other, like something out of this world. You can import your own audio to shape a sound. So that's really interesting. Oh no, I closed it again. I'm sorry, you guys. I could be doing so much better today if I wasn't sick all week. Last week. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. In theory, interval keyboard. It's an interval-based MIDI keyboard app. It's got interval buttons. So 0 means the current note, +1 means the note after the current note, +2, -2, you get it. Above the keypad, you can toggle additional intervals in the scale for creating chord voices. You can use your MIDI keyboard to play in theory. So basically, you're kind of chording. I don't know. I don't understand this very well, but I'm pretty sure that I won this app. So binaural location, I use this one a ton. I use this for background vocals a lot, because you can. It allows you to go beyond a simple pan control. It allows you to place your audio in a specific location anywhere in a virtual space around the listener. The location of the left and right control points controls the location of two virtual speakers. Based on the angle and the distance from the speakers to the listener's ear, the app creates a realistic impression that the sound is actually coming from those specific locations. But the coolest thing you can do is use an orbit, and then it orbits around. It sends your audio just kind of going around your head, like if you can see me look at me in the corner. I'm showing you. It's insane. Anyway, I use that a ton. And Attack Softener. Those are older apps, but I thought I'd throw those in. Dials, test equipment channel. A digital translation of a unique combination of 1950s electronic music hardware from composer and YouTuber Heinbach Studio. It's there's some really interesting sounds in dials. Session band, now those are old. Pocket Singer, oh yeah, that's where you can make your original character to sing. Jay did a show on that. I've never looked at it. These are older ones, older. T-Tap, that's not that. No, that's not new. Voxin Pro. Nope, that's older too. That's a voice synth. So AUBE, Audio Unit Box Explorer. This is the organization app. This organizes your AV3s into, if you see me, here, I'll show you how it works right here. So pop over here and click the little dot to add something. And when you swipe down and get in the search bar, it brings up your keyboard, and then you press the little keyboard button in the bottom. You press it again, and you get this, see this, giant stuff down here where you can, this is all your stuff organized. Effect, instrument, all, dynamic, spectral, time, mod, multi, utility. Those are all the effects. Instruments are synth, drum, sampler, generator, and MIDI. So you can find the thing you're looking for and then just pop it right in. And not only that, but it counts your apps. We're techsperts. You're so right, Seagull. Samplist, sample crate, none of these things are things that I AUSH. The music sequencer with AUV3 plugins. Huh, I don't remember this at all. Hey, later, Exploding Cat. Our arrow figure. Oh no, that's not new. Reels lo-fi tape. That's one of my favorite apps. It's a tape emulation plugin with a built-in echo section, tape start and stop effect. Available in AUV3 and standalone. It's based on an old Japanese portable tape recorder with a very distinct lo-fi analog sound. Reels emulates all the imperfections of consumer reel-to-reel recorders. Very, very cool. Love that. And then Grind Distortion. This is an old app that makes some really cool crunchy crunches. We should be listening to some mellow music or something here while we do this. It feels like. Whoop. Let's see. We could add something like oops. No. Moodscaper. And then we have to open it up over here. Moodscaper. Here we go. Oh no. It took me out of my groove again. Hey, Gregory O'Sullivan. Sully. Good morning, Sully. So many apps left. So little time. Just gonna have to speed it up. Here we are, back again. Replicant 3 is really cool. Replicant 3 is an update from Replicant 2. It basically glitches, manipulates, sequences, loops, reverses, reslices audio while applying delay, filter, panning, ring modulation, and bit crushing effects. And it's fun and easy to use. Hey Alex, Happy New Year. Dawn Beat. Multi-band, random mix, Apple Music, Spelldosa. This one's a beautiful one. Spelldosa is a Wintergarten music box. It has these really beautiful music box and bell tones. They're really rich. It's a simple melody. That music box, there's modern, vintage, antique, and eternal reversed. 2 different room models and algorithmic reverb. So it was created by sampling a music box using an acoustic guitar as a resonance box. That's just cool. All right, Glitchscaper, my favorite app, one of my very favorite apps. We'll definitely be on over to our... We'll add some Glitchscaper to this. Maybe it'll sound good. Whoops. Whoops, Glitchscaper. Glitchscaper is like, let's make some little noise here. We should start getting some noise. We could have let's add some of this wires to this and make it sound wirier. I've even made my own presets for this. Mind Place Casina. Anyway, right on. So we're only in April, you guys. And I've only got like 15 minutes left, so that's not very organized of me, is it? Mantis BBD Echo came out. It's a bucket brigade device delay echo unit of the 70s, faithfully recreating its warm and analog sound. I don't know, I haven't used it. Ha! This Pixel music is really cool. It's a generator that generates from photos. You just set a key and it'll generate some random stuff for you from photos. Red Animal is a genuine soundware modeling emulation of a vintage Vox Continental 301 electronic organ. Exactly, perfect for subconscious poetry. Okay, let's see. True Pan came out by Quantavox, and it's possible to reposition stereo recordings while perfectly preserving the geometry of the stereo field. Strokes and Fugue Machine, old apps. Panflow, old app. Gate Lab, old app. Chord Gadget LE, old. Quincy, old. Harmonizer. It's a vocal harmonizer offering unique and fun user interface. Plug in a pair of headphones and sing a melody, tapping the correct key center buttons, and Harmonizer will follow, synthesizing up to 3 voices of automatic harmony on your own voice. Very cool stuff. Ooh, Chord Gadget. You love Chord Gadget, huh? All right, now, here, GSDSP MMM, Magic MIDI Modulation. I need to learn how to use that. That's pretty fascinating. Harmony 8, that's another voice harmonizer that doesn't, that has more voices even, right? 8. And Phonolist Cascade, now that is one of my favorite apps. It's a reverb and diffusion processor with an experimental edge. It is like, let's add a little to my glitchscaper. Yeah, listen to that. There it is with. You can tell that, you can hear that difference right there. It's called anime. Anyway, so let's leave that. Cascade, love Cascade, highly recommend Cascade. Pulsar ES, that's that weird little beatbox that came out last year. Okay, here's another absolutely killer app from last year, King of FM, DX Synth, and ePiano. It's free too. So if you ever want to play along and you wish you had a synthesizer, cool one to use in your AUM, grab King of FM. It's free forever. A gift from Analog Matthew Fetcher to the iOS music community. Yes, there is over 300 sounds in there, and you can make your own, and it is killer. Then there's Butter Synth. It's a 6 oscillator wavetable FM sample-based AUV3 and standalone synthesizer, a vast sonic range, gentle pads, screaming leads, and bass lines. It's a really, really amazing synth too. I plan to use it a little more this year. Yeah. Then Audioscope. This app. This was an app for making. It was something that was practically necessary until Logic Pro came out, and Logic Pro came out and kind of crushed how amazing it is, because it helps you make. So if you don't want to pay for Logic and you want GarageBand to have more functionality like Logic, consider looking into Audioscope and then watch Jade's show on Audioscope. We're only to May, and we've got only a few minutes left. What have I done? Noises, creative texture. Well, let's add some noises to my... Because who cares, right? Maybe I'll have to go through the rest of them next time. Molly Looper I use a strangely amount too. So what Molly Looper does is the input is constantly recorded in the background to be triggered whenever it's needed. So basically you loop it, you can loop it and put effects on it, and then you can dry wet mix your loop, and then you change what I use it all the time in, I used it last week to show you, or no, yeah, I used it last week on Tuesday to make a jam. Loving Molly Looper. Mellow 4 is a great place. I may need a part 2, right? Because this isn't a terrible, right? Metaphor, cool. Hilda has absolutely insane. It's a complex oscillator monosynth, inspired by the most interesting aspects of both West Coast and East Coast synthesis. I use Hilda mostly for later many vibes. I use Hilda mostly for drones and trolls. So Brad, don't forget everyone, Brad's doing a redo tomorrow for the epic failure from Saturday night. Going live at 8:30. Yes, tomorrow on my show I'll show you the thumbnail I created for it. Zinematics is this amazing sampling library. I'm sure Jade will be covering it. It has got the most outrageous sound. It has massive stuff for it. Bruhaheiser, I don't even remember what that was. Oh, gesture recording and playback. I have actually used that. Binarrhythmic rhythm generator. It's a MIDI sequence that would generate rhythmic outputs based on the binary numbers. Super cool. Logic Pro for iPad. Here's my, this is probably my #1 app for 2023 because it brought me back to making music for realsies. It made me a better musician. It made me smarter. I love Logic. Beat Scholar came out on the same day, I think. Beat Scholar, fantastic drummer. Things Crusher. It's a filter and bit crusher effect. It's pretty cool. It doesn't do much, but what it does is neat. Devixor. I have no idea what that is. 16-step sequencer. Interesting. Let's see. Tat MIDI streams generator. Oh yeah. This is designed to create always changing sequences, quickly sketch musical ideas, and add unexpected events to fixed patterns. I need to play around with Tat. Trying to get to the end of June. These are already existing. Skippo disc. Yeah, not much to Skippo disc. It makes it sound like your CD is skipping. The Klon Minotaur Overdrive. The Black Distortion. These Nembrini pedals and 808 Overdrive Pro. I believe these were all available back in June. Arpeggist. MIDI note arpeggiator. Oh yeah, this is the one that doesn't work as an AV3. Richter tectonic compressor. Not a bad little compressor. KQ voice plugins. Now this has got some amazing stuff that helps you in Logic. It's a pretty killer set of apps. DSP Magic Fusion. I use this app all the time. And since we're at the end of June and practically at the end of the show, we got halfway through 2023, folks. So DSP, we're going to add Magic Fusion. We're going to cross clench them. We're going to add some, let's add it here. Add the Magic Fusion, and then I'll send you out with some cool sounding Magic Magic Fusion. And then here we're going to add a multi-bus Magic Fusion. See if we can get this going here. Where's our side chain? See, now this is sucking the noises into this. Oops. Oops. See, now you can hear the tat is fun. Right on, guys. So anyway, we made a little tiny noisescape using some of the first using the first 6 months worth of apps out of 2023. So there's no 2020 forecast. This was quite a year, you guys. The 1 synth song of the week will be coming out. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not doing anything extra to it. Last week's 1 synth song is definitely going to come out. All right. Made it through. Hey, MCAT. Made it through the first half of 2023. Whee! This is what happens when you buy too many damn apps. We just hop back to let me hop back into your faces here. Come out of my corner and say goodbye. Hello. Feel like I'm having a bad face day. I'm on the mend, you guys. So, yes. So a few apps came out in 2023, it seems. Jade Star's up next with her well-organized and probably much more informative show, Top 25 Apps of 2023. I do have a Mastodon app. I haven't gotten that rolling yet, Greg, but yes, I do. Right on, my friends. I will see you guys on over at Jade's. And I'll keep getting better because the one great thing about being sick on when the year starts and being on the mend means that probably every day from here is going to get better. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your patience with me as I try to get it back together with my much abused brain. It has been amazing to hang out with you guys. I'm so glad you're here. I will see you guys at Jade's. Hey Dennis, Happy New Year. And I'm gonna head out. And I'll be there in a little bit. I need to get some calories into the old bod. Darth Lila. I am your father. Yikes. With all that, better stop this. This is all tripping me out. Alright. I'm getting better every day, you guys. So let's just smooch our way out of here.